Hello, I'm green.
And I'm purple.
Let's find out what's inside the door.
Hey, guys, sorry about last episode. I went on a totally different tangent there.
We're on two different pages.
Oh no, spooky space kook.
He's a boss battle now. What are we doing here? Alright. We'll figure it out. Oh yeah, can we go through here? We gotta get something first.
Oh wow, I didn't know that beam, like, locks onto you.
Oh, it does. Okay.
Oh my.
Obviously we need the bubblegum. I like how he just kind of like, it's like, oh yeah, I got you!
Get owned!
Nice! Is there anything else we can get up here?
Now I think you have to use him to bounce up in there.
Oh, I see. Oh, I feel ya. I'm feeling you right now.
Don't feel me.
I'm feeling you.
Don't.
Not in a literal sense, but in a metaphorical sense, I am feeling you so hard.
That doesn't help me. That term can just add so much to a sentence.
It's like,
So hard.
Yeah. You're just like, I feel you, bro. And he's like, thanks, bro. But you're like, I feel you so hard, bro.
Yeah, see?
It's like, bro, why don't you back off a little bit? Making me feel uncomfortable. My girlfriend's like right there, bro. He's like, I feel her so hard too. And he's like, bro,
Stop.
you're being so hard creepy right now. Oh, I think that's why I remember now.
Well, what do you remember?
That's why the kooks. Oh, I know what we're supposed to do. That's why the kooks respawn, because they're always the ones that you have to use the bubble gum on.
Oh.
So if you mess it up once, they respawn.
How nice. Oh!
Will you do the ground pound? You son of a gun! I hate him. I love him as a character, but I hate him as a person.
Wait, what?
There.
Nice, okay.
Well, I hope it carries over. Let's see. Let's find out if it does. Here we go. And nope,
Nope.
does not.
Don't dive.
Crab.
Did you say crab?
Crab.
You said crap, okay. Sounded like you said crab.
Crabs. Scooby hates crabs.
Oh yeah, you're right, he does. I like his little thing he does when he hits you. He's like, I have the power!
Skeleton. So I guess this one controls all of the gates. At least that's what I'm gathering. There we go.
And you have to kill him.
Yeah, because all he does is get in the way. We're figuring it out, Caleb.
We are learning.
It's all about learning, Caleb. If you're not learning something new every day, you're wasting your life, and you should get a new one.
Moving on. That was dark.
This game's so hard! What?
So...
You wanted to talk about something, Caleb.
Oh, right.
Whenever I don't know what I'm saying, I just remember, I'm like, yeah, you want to talk about something, right? Yeah.
Recently I've been watching these two anime YouTubers. Their names are Gaijin Goomba and Aki Dearest, I believe. Hope I'm saying that right. And I remember they did one video where they were talking about the term weeaboo, and I mean, like, I
Often
never
shortened to weeb.
Yes, I'm shortened to weeb, and I've called myself a weeb before, and to them, and I know it's a term that tends to be what's the word I'm looking for?
Derogatory.
Yeah, derogatory, in that it's basically someone that feels that Japan is like the best culture ever, and it's something that, like, they feel themselves are Japanese and stuff like that. And, like, I can understand that, and I know I call myself a weeb. I mean, obviously, the thing they were getting at is just other people calling other people weebs, and that's offensive. But me calling myself a weeb, that's just... I mean, that's kind of my way of just poking fun at it, because, I mean, I don't really feel like I'm an otaku, and, I mean, personally, I'm just a person that loves Japanese culture.
I mean, it's definitely an interesting
And so,
culture.
obviously, people would call me a weeb, and, I mean, that's just the... I guess to kind of give my own story about it is that when I was growing up, besides my sister, I didn't really have anyone to talk with about anime and stuff like that, and even now I don't really... I mean, you watch a little anime,
Yeah,
but, like...
I'm not a big on anime, but I respect the The art form.
So I really tend to not have many people to talk to anime about, and I don't. And if you're like, oh, well, then you can get on a forum, something like that. That's the thing. I don't really. Same thing. I don't want to talk about it with other people. I kind of like keeping that to myself. Mm-hmm. And I was really bad about it when I was young because I really didn't want other people to know that I was into anime and stuff like that because
some people do take it in a negative light.
Because in my thought process, I was afraid that people were gonna think that I was a pervert because if they're like, "Oh, he's a man,"
oh, sorry, go on.
He's a male. He's a male. He's watching anime. That means that he's a pervert. That means he's watching hentai, and I didn't want people to think that of me. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, obviously, I didn't want people to call me like a weeb and stuff like that, thinking I thought Japan was like the best thing ever. I just love the culture. That's all really it is. So, I mean, calling myself a weeb is just me poking fun at it, and just that's the really only thing I know. I really know what to call myself. And I mean, you know this, but this incident did happen when we were hanging out with two of our friends, where I told they knew that I watched anime. And they basically made fun of me for it, saying that, my fear coming to life, saying that, like, oh, they would always make a joke. They always make a hentai joke that, like, oh, you watch hentai? Have you watched any hentai recently, Caleb? And stuff like that. Like, I didn't want to hear them say that and stuff like that because they were making it seem like that was all I watched. And that's not true.
It kind of like boils down anime into saying like, oh, well, anime is only just, hentai.
Yeah, and I was like, that's not all I watch. And
well, it's like someone saying like, I like watching American films. It's like, oh, you just like watching porn? Like, there's American film and there's American porn, just as there's Japanese anime and there's Japanese hentai.
Right.
Like, they're just different forms of media.
And I mean, it's like, regardless of whether or not I actually watch hentai or not, the thing I'm mad about is just I didn't like them just saying that. It was rude to me. It's just like, I'm not like that. I don't just watch that.
Like, you genuinely like anime for like what it is.
Yeah.
And then they just kind of like, I mean, no one likes something that they love just being kind of like belittled.
Yeah.
It's like boiled down into like something that it's not.
And I mean, they could have been. I know they were probably just joking, but like I clearly made it like visible into them and known that like I didn't like hearing that and that it hurt my feelings. Yet they didn't care or they didn't listen. They kept doing it. And
some people are just bad at picking up whenever like what someone's breaking point is.
Yeah,
what I call it. Like I make fun of people, but I generally think I'm pretty good at figuring out whenever like someone has had enough or like. I hit like a point that they don't like,
Oh God. Oh.
What even?
Yeah.
It's like there's a difference between like playfully like teasing someone and just like relentlessly making fun of someone to the point where they're like not having a good time anymore.
And that's what it's like when we hang out with those two guys. You know who you are. Which, and I bet they're probably gonna feel awful hearing this, but I mean.
Well, it's one of those things where I don't generally think that most people
like I know they're
too far mean to go too far. It's just
they have issues knowing that they're going too far.
Yeah, most people just aren't. A lot of people just aren't good at like figuring out what people like can and can't deal with.
Right, and so yeah, that was just. So yeah, even now, I still have just that issue where I don't like people knowing that. I mean, honestly, you guys know now. Yeah, I watch anime and stuff like that, but it's just.
Well, the interesting thing is, like, you talking about how, like, weeb is derogatory to some people, but
right.
You just see it as, like...
Yeah, I don't really take it as a negative light. Like, if someone calls me a weeb, I'm just like, thanks.
But I feel like that happens a lot with a lot of, like, derogatory names, like, of different groups or whatever.
Yeah.
Eventually, like, the group just kind of takes it in stride and is like, makes it into...
Right, yeah, that's just what I do.
Like, there's a bunch of, like, things where we say it now just, like, for fun or, just... to genuinely classify someone.
Oh, there's a soap.
Yeah. But, back in the day, if you said that would have been, like, generally hurtful to someone.
Right.
We got the soap bubble! Now we can use the L2 button to trap a monster's snow bubble. Soap bubble.
Soap bubble.
Not a snow bubble.
Oh.
We did it.
And then another reason why I don't like telling people why I watch anime is because and this is another issue that I came up with came across with these two friends. And if you guys are probably like, these aren't your friends. Yes, they are. They're just stupid.
Ow.
And is that okay? The one thing that did piss me off is that they actually started getting into anime, which is fine. I'm like, good. If you like it, great. But the thing that pissed me off about it is that they were making fun of me for watching anime and saying that all I watch is hentai, and then they start watching it, anime. And then they don't even make. It's like, oh jeez, that just pissed me off. Really, it's just like, and then the other thing that pissed me off is just how they're like, hey Caleb, have you seen this anime yet? And then I would say, no, I haven't seen it. And they're like, oh, I thought you were like the anime expert. Have you not seen this? And then like that's just. It's like, because maybe it's not my type of anime. Maybe I just didn't want to see
there's like thousands of animes.
It's like, seriously. It's like, and then, yeah, it's that setting that standards of like, oh, if you don't watch this, you're not an anime expert. I don't consider myself an anime expert, but like, I didn't want to hear that from them, being the type that were just making fun of me for watching it. You were about to say something?
I can't remember now. You just kind of, you had to vent that.
Yeah, I did. I'm sorry. It's makes me angry. It makes me mad. It's just like,
yeah, it's. I just don't. I've always been like or I like to think of myself as a pretty open-minded person.
Yeah.
Like, I'm always open to trying new things. Like, I'm not gonna say I'm never judgmental because I think everyone's judgmental here and there.
Yes.
But for me, anime was just like a thing where I had never got into it because you have to admit, or I feel like most anime people that love anime have to admit that it is, for the most part, pretty hard for like people that haven't watched any anime to get into it, because there's a lot of stuff in anime that's just, you have to understand the Japanese culture at least somewhat to fully understand like, what they're getting at.
The humor and stuff like that. Like, oh, sorry.
Well, like, you know in Persona 4, whenever Kanji gets a nosebleed?
Yeah.
Like, you wouldn't understand that joke at all if you
Right.
didn't understand some of Japanese culture. Because in Japanese culture, it's considered kind of like, whenever you get a nosebleed, they associate people getting flushed faces with nosebleeds.
Right.
So, like, whenever you have a nosebleed, it means you're, like, aroused or, like, turned on by something.
Right.
So, by him getting a nosebleed, it was, like, and the girls in the group got mad at him because it was like, ew, gross, you got a nosebleed. But to someone who didn't know anything about Japanese culture, they're like, why did they just punch him for getting a nosebleed?
Right.
And it's like, so I get why it's hard to get into anime. So I feel like there's people on both sides of, like, obviously people that think that anime is really weird and gross and, like, no one should like it are wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But I also kind of dislike those people that are like, everyone need to watch anime, and they're just, like, constantly trying to get people to, like, watch all these animes.
Right, which I don't do, obviously, since I try to keep it a secret, which is not really a secret now, because, you know.
Yeah. And it's like, obviously, if you love it, then you're going to want to share it with other people, but I don't think it should be, like, forced on anyone, because it is so distinctive. It really is not for everybody.
Right. Oh, God, that's an instant kill?
Either it was, or I only had one health left. I think I only had one health left. Or wait, that's where I came from. This is like we're entering the secret lab, but it's still technically like the last part of Creepy Crawlies, I think.
Yeah.
But this is like the last area of this game. You want to end it here? Oh no, I guess it is the little lab.
Yeah.
You want to end it here, and when we come back, we'll finish this game up?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Goodbye, everybody.
See ya.